Hello everyone, Paul Santilli here from SCIP, the Strategic Consortium of Intelligence Professionals. I'm here at Intellicon Nashville 2024 and we have a great event going on this week. I'm very pleased to have with me Ambika Kashyap from EvaluServe.
Thank you.
Welcome Ambika, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Paul, for having me.
So tell me more, what do you do over at EvaluServe?
So I'm a Vice President of Insights and Advisory Practice. I work with CPG medical devices and payment technology companies. And with 17 years of my experience in insights, all that I do is to just help them get better decision-making, forward-looking insights. So that's my job, and that's what I've been doing for 17 years now.
Wow, fantastic. You've been there a long time.
Yeah.
So is this specific?
17 years in total and 7+ with EvaluServe, so equally long.
Wow, fantastic. Congratulations.
Yes.
So is this specifically in the healthcare space or is it all over the board?
No, I'm across the sectors, but we are generally, as an organization, we are verticalized. So we have financial services, healthcare, chemicals, technology, so multiple sectors, and I'm looking at 3 of them.
Which 3 are they?
So it's CPG, and I look at medical devices within healthcare. So, and then the third one I look at is payment technology. So, which kind of falls under a larger technology.
That's point of sales type stuff?
No, it's not point of sales. It's basically the network.
Oh,
network
I see.
technology.
Network side of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, very good.
Yeah.
So tell me, this theme of this Intellicon this week has been AI in the competitive intelligence ecosystem. How is AI playing a part in those environments that you're talking about?
It's a very core to our sort of way we have evolved. EvaluServe has been one of the pioneers anyway in the insights industry, right? And we were founded in year 2000 by an ex-McKinsey partner, and we've come a long way in embracing technology, and with AI we are just taking it to the next level and kind of implementing at a very use case level and then across a program level. So I think there are 2 cases where I've seen where we have been actually able to reap the benefits of AI is most of it is efficiency use case, right? And I think that's where, in the data collection stage, data synthesis stage, data summarization stage, I think that's where we have very good technology now to do that. Where I think the next level would be a domain-led AI. So how, AI can be used for domain's context and pick up on that domain's data more intelligently. But we, at the same time, we also believe as an organization that there's a huge play of human intelligence very much still.
Right.
And that's why our core is mind plus machine, and I think that will always be the same. So
you've been seeing a lot of that at the conference.
Absolutely.
We're all talking about how AI is really most beneficial in a lot of the heavy lifting up front, analyzing type of content, but you have to apply that human intelligence layer on top of it in order to be really representative of what we're looking at from a contextual standpoint, as well as implementation in your strategy.
Yeah.
So with Intellicon, is this the first Intellicon you've been
at?
Yeah,
this is my first at the SCIP, so I'm really happy to be here, but we as EvaluServe have been on SCIP forever now.
A long-term partner, wonderful partner. Thank you so much for that, I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely.
So what do you think of this Intellicon going on today?
No, I think it's been amazing last 3 days.
Oh, very nice.
Meeting a lot of professionals from our industry, a lot of clients, a lot of industry thought partners, academia. I think that's it's a very interesting thing that SCIP does, is to sort of have that rigor of academia come in and do that sessions as well. So it kind of brings a little bit of balance and thoroughness to the whole fast-moving world, to look back and see that, okay, those methodologies are still very important and relevant as you sort of look at your data and insights, right?
Exactly.
So it's very important to sort of have that academic component in as well. And I'm glad that you could do it very effectively.
Excellent, thank you so much. So one of the things that we've noticed in talking with a lot of not only solution providers, but also with enterprise organizations is really the challenge of trying to drive the competitive intelligence methodologies and strategies into the executive leadership decision-making process.
Yeah.
How do you guys work with your clients in order to try to achieve that sort of integration?
No, that's a great point. I think the 2 things, we have our platform Insights First, where we are actually doing a very domain-centric, curated insights. So we are using AI at various levels, but what we're doing at the front end is we are creating multiple user-driven views, right?
Good, yeah.
So let's say if you're a marketing team, the view for you is very different because your KPIs are very different. If you're a sales team, your KPIs are different versus if you're a product team, you care about certain other things. And if you're a CEO, you just want to look at a very, very consolidated picture of your key metrics and what are the key things that you need to do.
Yeah.
So what we do is through this one single platform, we're trying to sort of address multiple needs of multiple audience in one organization. And that's why it's kind of machine enabled, technology enabled, but very human led, because we are sort of speaking to people. Okay, what are the top things that are most important for you to see?
Yeah.
Right? What are the top things that are more important for, you know, you to report to your bosses?
Right.
So a lot of those, which are the right dashboards, which are the right stories you want to tell about the data, and how to also get the internal and external data together, right? And I think that's another very, very important thing. Our data and our intelligence is still very siloed, sitting across departments, across people, and how to get it all together. And Insights was exactly helps you do that, to get your internal data, external data, and then build a joint view of what this means for you. And I would say we are even taking a step further. A lot of competitive intelligence or insights has been generally very focused on looking at the past data and trends. But there are ways in which you can look past data and trends to predict future things as well. So we are actually seeing, in our world, we are taking competitive intelligence to next level, that we are not going to tell you what has been happening with your competitors. We are also going to be able to have a hypothesis-driven approach to what is likely going to happen, so that you can be more proactive and more future-oriented about how you want to do your business planning. Let's say, you know, your competitor, we can come up with a hypothesis, going to launch these 3 things in the next 2 years. Can you already start thinking about it and get a first mover advantage? If you have the capabilities, and if you don't, then can you just start work quickly to sort of get some capabilities.
First entry to market, if
so,
not, at least
yeah,
understand.
so I think it could be, reactions could be different. It could be a commercial reaction. It could be a, you know, promotion strategy reaction. It could be a marketing thing, or it could be a product development. But if you had that with you of the future potential scenario, then you can actually make it more decision-centric instead of, okay, knowing that, okay, there's something going on with competitors.
No, it's more like around the early warning signals to determine when is the right time to have your product time to market, and what are your competitors doing in that space, and the global implications, social economic implications, so forth and so on. Earlier you said some things about internal and external data. That's part of this is a very important point. The reason why that light bulb went off in my head on that one is because many organizations only look at the external stuff coming in, and they don't realize the value of the data they've already collected. And combining those things with an AI platform yields tremendous results that I think can really amplify a lot of the areas where there can be opportunities for growth.
Can't agree more, and I think it's a structural problem in the corporations, the way they're structured. You know, data analytics and science teams are different, strategy teams are different, marketing teams are different, and everybody's something or the other. But we are seeing that some of the advanced insights departments are coming and getting all of this together and owning up, which means they're getting a lot of internal data and a lot of subscribed data and databases and unstructured data, structured. They're trying to get it all together, and then seeing that, okay, what is the more, again, user-based, persona-based stories they want to tell through the insights. So I think that some of the insights, modern day insights departments in the most established companies are trying to achieve that, to get a more inside-out combined view, because both are hugely valuable assets, right? But how to sort of have them talk to each other and tell a consolidated
Well, I think you hit upon a good point, which is really around the storytelling, the narrative. What is the outcome? We always refer to it as, and this is a SCIP terminology as well, is really what is the business outcome that this is leading towards, and how is that really being affected from the end result, from not only the organization's performance, but the client's abilities to engage and the client relationship. So very exciting stuff. This is something I could talk hours on. And
no, absolutely. And I think we are in a very exciting time. You know, with competitive intelligence, every organization is in a different stage of figuring it out. But, and you know, industry as a whole is also coming together to sort of build more advanced use cases on how we can solve some of the micro issues. Like I was in the pharma session, there's this huge issue of how do we have the right people enrolled in clinical trials, and how do you get a competitive intelligence to faster, drugs to the commercialization opportunities.
Right.
So I think there are these micro use cases as well
Yeah.
of competitive intelligence, and then there's this whole macro bit of how do you have a very proactive, streamlined competitive intelligence program.
Right. Well, you mentioned the pharma space. That's a whole nother application area that's heavily influenced in the intelligence industry, as well as we talk in the SCIP sector around the intelligence ecosystem.
Oh yes.
Which is really the expanded use of CI or intelligence practices and principles throughout all facets. I mean, we look at it as the data generated intelligence, and when you have that sort of a definition behind it, the applications are almost endless.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, in certain sectors like pharma, med devices, we can see a huge impact on the human lives with some of these advanced technologies every again. So I think that's a very noble thing as well to do. And that kind of also brings me to the point, as part of the industry, I think there's also this thing of and I was in one of the topics like that, how do we also go ethical about it, right?
Absolutely.
So this, with this whole AI, every IT team in the world is, they have their ears, all that. I think it's very important for us as as a larger organization of CI professionals and insights professionals to keep an eye out for that advocacy of security, safety of data, because that's so critical to our clients and to us, from a credibility and trust perspective.
Absolutely. I mean, again, another topic we could talk a lot on, the whole AI and the biasness and the security issues, and then you're talking about the ethics and the morality even around practices, not only in the AI space but also in the intelligence space. And then you have the cultural differences around the world. Things that are normal behaviors are outlawed and illegal and taboos in other countries. So you have these different relationships and different magnitude of influence that resides based upon this.
And that's why I think the humans being are so much more relevant now, and even more relevant than before, because we are making machines smarter. And I guess your human intelligence, your domain intelligence is still so important and core to getting this all right. Let's say a junk in and a junk out, right? If you have a junk in, you'll have a junk out, right? But if you get some good stuff behind you, that's when you can kind of have the human intelligence sift through that and see that it does make sense, or it's really the garbage. And they're sort of building advanced models.
Right. No, I get it. Excellent. Well, you know what? This has been a great conversation. I really enjoyed it. And Telecon, we're finishing it up this week in Nashville. EvalueServe has always been a tremendous sponsor and supporter of SCIP, so I want to thank you, and I want to thank EvalueServe for all that you guys have done for the conference. And again, thank you so much for participating. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. No, Paul, it's been great. Last 4 days of very intense conversations, and we have so much to take away from, and think about it and see how we want to be a better organization and more effective organization with these upcoming technologies. So thanks for organizing a forum like that and doing so well, and everything, hospitality, everything, your team, fantastic.
Wow, great to hear. And I look forward to doing more partnership content with you. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, take care.
You too.